Protesters at a Dayton, Ohio vigil called for action last night as the community and country continue to mourn those killed and injured in the attack. The weekend of mass shootings has once again reignited the partisan debate over gun control. At a press conference this morning, Dayton's police chief answered a question about the weaponry the gunmen used.
Chief, can you talk more about the acquisition of that firearm and your thoughts on your citizens owning such large magazines?
Yeah, it's problematic. It is fundamentally problematic. They have that level of weaponry in a civilian environment, unregulated, is problematic.
People calling for change in Dayton are not alone. Ohio Republican Governor Mike DeWine said yesterday that he is open to talking about gun policy reforms in the state, and state Democrats are also pushing for changes. Let's bring in Jeremy Pelzer. He is a politics reporter for Cleveland.com and joins us now from Columbus, Ohio. Jeremy, thank you for joining us. What is Governor DeWine saying about potential changes to Ohio gun laws?
Well, the governor told reporters yesterday that everything is on the table when it comes to gun control measures. However, the governor campaigned on being pro-gun. He earned a favorable rating from the NRA, and so it remains to be seen exactly what will be passed. Although one thing that the governor has been pushing for is a red flag law that would allow authorities to confiscate weapons it would allow him to confiscate weapons from people who are deemed to be a threat to either themselves or others.
This isn't the first time that an Ohio governor has called for gun reform. Of course, DeWine's predecessor, Republican John Kasich, proposed common sense laws last year. What exactly did he want and why didn't it pass? Well,
he had a whole package of gun initiatives, everything from the red flag law that I just talked about to prohibiting armor-piercing bullets to prohibiting straw man purchases, like third parties purchasing firearms. And really, the governor Governor Kasich in his last year didn't really have a very good relationship with the legislature, and he wasn't if you talk to lawmakers, wasn't really willing to bargain in good faith if you listen to the lawmakers. So they didn't get along very well. So talking with some lawmakers now, they indicate, at least when it comes to the red flag law, they're a little bit more open to hearing Governor DeWine's pitch on it.
Because the Ohio State Legislature has passed several pro-gun laws over the last several years. And specifically, I want to talk about Bill 347. Can you tell us about that and how it's changed Ohio?
Sure. House Bill 347 was passed more than 10 years ago, and it allows it prohibits actually local ordinances that have stricter gun control measures than what the state has. So Cleveland had an assault weapons ban, and House Bill 347 did away with that, and it really prohibits locals from enacting gun control ordinances.
The Ohio General Assembly is controlled, as you know, by Republicans in both the House and the Senate, but they're not scheduled to return into the fall. How likely is this call to re-examine gun laws in the state to lose momentum between now and then?
Well, that's insinuating that there's momentum to be built in the first place. As you mentioned, the legislature here in Ohio has been very, very pro-gun rights over the past few years. They've loosened gun laws in a number of ways. For example, they now allow you can hold a concealed weapon in a daycare, parts of airports, places like that. And so if there might be a chance of a red flag law passing, but beyond that, things like universal background checks, I think it's very unlikely that this legislature will pass that.
You know, you just mentioned that, and that was my next question to you about that ballot issue under consideration that would require background checks for gun sales in the state. Where does that measure stand then?
Well, right now, they got the all clear to start collecting signatures. Now, you need a couple 100,000 signatures to get that measure. The way this measure works is it would go to the legislature, and if the legislature doesn't pass it, then it goes to voters. And since the legislature is not expected to pass it, even if it makes it, it's sort of a foregone conclusion. So right now they're collecting signatures, and they hope to have it on the ballot next year.
Jeremy Pelzer, thank you.
Thank you.